was telling Gail the reason that the track came off of the old PC is because it rusted, because the tracks aren't stainless steel like the cages. You really shouldn't leave them outside. Or
The new tracks that you put on there are not stainless?
I don't think so. I think they're like a type of plated. He's in there.
So we have to go in there with him. Great. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to this. Do you think maybe they could build a boma or something on the other side for him?
Never known. So
How about give me your keys? I'll step in there and drag it out, and you be ready to dial 911.
I just wanted to get this closer.
That hurt. Landed right on my thumb right there.
Did you see my comment back about catching?
Yeah. I can't believe you guys didn't call me.
You weren't here.
How late did you do it?
I don't know. I was going to start.
And what was the sheriff's helicopter after?
They were just circling. It's so annoying.
How did you catch him?
Before you open that, is there enough room for this, like, get in the corner so I can open this? I don't think the squeeze cage is going to fit in that area, so we can open it and get it out.
I may have to hold it over my head.
You're not going to be able to get it up that high.
You think not?
No, it's 78 pounds. I mean, we could probably put it on its end, but I still don't know if it'll.
Well, we won't know until we try. We may end up having to take the door off. We probably should take the door off and just.
Dumb. It's like too small.
I take it you don't have your card though.
I'm trying to get my steps in.
You're so funny.
I didn't get them yesterday.
How he's got his up band now and he's doing that kind of stuff. He's like, I gotta make sure I get credit for these steps. Let go of that before you hurt yourself. I did the 7-minute workout this morning.
I hate that thing.
It's tough.
I got an app for it.
Well, yeah, that makes it a lot easier because it does the countdown for you.
Yeah. But it keeps reminding me every day. Got 7 minutes? I'm like, no, don't.
I am so proud of you guys for catching Alachua. I thought that was going to be such an ordeal.
You went right into lockout.
Really? Mm-hmm. And did you have to have like a favorite person or anything?
No, it's just Gail. It's like the really long rope. What about the other way?
The back corner?
Well, no, like keep turning it that way, but then shove it.
Well, what about? No, I guess not.
It's not happening.
No. Darn. Well, here's part 1.
Can't get that over your head.
You think?
I do.
Darn.
You don't have tools?
I don't know if I have key trippers. If I do, they'll be in that pink box.
bunch of trash in the brush dumpster out by vacation.
I saw the interns do that.
Who?
Philip was one of them.
You should know that.
But I asked Gail, I said, why did you throw away I said, did you mean to throw away the hammock? And she said, yes, that you told them that you wanted to build a platform in there instead of the hammock.
I didn't tell her to throw away the hammock. I told her I took it out because the toy they had attached to it with the chain and the bolts had rusted apart, and it was just like a chain hanging with a rusty bolt as a toy.
That's sad.
Yeah. The ball had fallen off long ago. But there's nothing wrong with the hammock. But
as I was looking at it, though, I was wondering, are they supposed to be putting plastic in with those branches? But I didn't think any further to ask anybody, and I probably should have since I saw them do it.
Put it in the newsletter.
I guess we need another sign back there.
Well, it said there used to be a sign.
That said, don't put trash?
No, I think it was like multiple stuff only or something like that.
Yeah, that sign's still back there. It's leaning up against a tree. Facing the tree so nobody can read it.
Well,
that's helpful. But I saw that and thought, well, maybe they have a reason for that. Now I wonder if I can get this thing out. Because I'm stuck in here with the cage. Okay. Coming behind you. Don't move backwards. And there's a ring right at the very top of the door here that needs to come off. Okay. And do we want it this way or do we want to flip it around?
I think this is good because that way you don't get stuck in the hallway.
Well, I mean, like, do you want the bars on the inside or the outside?
I think they have to be on the outside so they don't catch when you open it.
Ooh. Overlap by one. Still covers down here. That did not go all the way around.
Well, you're not supposed. Well,
yeah, you are supposed to.
But you're not supposed to make them tight.
I understand that. That's
I haven't done this in a long time. I don't have calluses anymore.
You probably don't have the muscle for it either. Did your grandfather say what he's doing on Banjo's old cage?
No, he was at the bathroom.
No. I love your Kitten Cabana sign. More importantly, I think Heather will love it from the Wrightsville Foundation.
Now we just got used to calling it that.
I've been calling it that for the longest time.
I call it the cave. I've never called it.
You just don't like those alliterations. But Kitten Cabana is an alliteration too, I suppose.
Okay, it's just too long to say.
True. I wonder if Alachua Bob will talk to the rehab bobcats. He can't see them from here, but surely they can hear each other. If you look directly back through there, maybe they'll at least get some advice from the sage old bobcat. As long as the advice isn't, stay here, it's free food. All right. Job well done.
2 hours later.
Do you think I should have put them inside?
No, they look like they're just hanging there. Or like they got painted when the cage.
So did you bring my card around?
Huh.
I think we should. I think you should. If you bring it right there, we don't have to carry this bloody thing so far.
Well, I mean, we could do that and just have them something else.
I like that even better.
It's like a little adventure for two people to do.
Because that's what they need is adventures.
See, like some big plants in the middle.
Yeah. Looks like there used to be a den in there that they moved. I thought he had two, or she had two. Do we have any extra ones?
No.
It might be something nice for him to hide in. What are you doing, you sneaky leopard? Oh, there she goes. What a good girl. Day 2 of Google Glass, and it's raining. I'd like to check out whether or not Google Glass can multitask. I have to multitask. Surely my glasses should multitask. So even though I know where I'm going, still, I'm going home, and I may be old, but I can still remember how to get there, even if I can't say remember. So I've got it playing directions in the background, and I thought I would see whether or not I could record a video and have it playing directions in the background. So we'll see when we get up to the next turn here whether or not it interrupts my video or shuts it off, or if it just pops in, tells me that I have to make a turn. And also I'd like to know if it actually records that sound, the voice from the maps and my voice at the same time, or do I just hear it and it does not record? That'll be really interesting. It was really windy at the sanctuary today, and I thought for a while we may have to shut the cats in their roofed sections. One of the things that we do is when the winds get up to 30 miles an hour, all of the cats who live in those big open space yards have to be called into their roofed areas, and most of their roofed areas are like 900 square feet, or a lot of them actually are 1,200 to 1,800 square feet, and that's way bigger than what most cages are for big cats in America. But still, it's small for them because they're used to having so much more space. So we try not to lock them up unless it's an emergency, whether with the weather or if it's for some kind of animal care. So like Shere, he was doing pretty good. He was taking his medications in the morning and taking them in the evening, and we had him locked up in his roof section because chasing him down in a 3-acre swamp is a little bit difficult since we can't go in with him. And he was taking them very reliably both morning and night. And then this morning, well, last night, we decided to let him out into the yard overnight. And sure enough, this morning, he didn't want to get up and come over and get his meds. Well, if he doesn't come and take his medications, they're for pain, and then he feels worse, and then he doesn't want to come over at dinner time, and he doesn't want to eat his dinner. So we had to lock him up in the roofed section again tonight. And probably what we'll have to do going forward is at dinner time, we'll call him in there, lock him up, give him his meds and his food, keep him in there overnight, give him his morning meds, and then let him out for the day. And that way he'll feel good all day and hopefully come back in the evening for his dinner and his evening meds. All right, I'm coming up on the turn, and it's not telling me anything here yet. Oh, that's a little disappointing. Maybe in Google Glass 3.0, it will be able to navigate and record at the same time. If I look up, I can usually turn it on, but I guess since it's already on, it's not doing that. Okie dokie. Well, in other news at the sanctuary today, I've been having the hardest time figuring out this first giving site, and we've got like 150 people that have signed up for the March for Lions. We have to cut it off at 500 because I just don't think we can handle more than 500 people. But the registration form was an enigma to me. I've looked at it and fussed with it over and over and over. And what was happening is even with really clear instructions, or what I thought was clear, people would see that they could register for $5 per person, or they would see that they could register for free and get a t-shirt. But what they weren't reading in the instructions was that they had to register for each person in their party. And then if they wanted to try and qualify for a free t-shirt, they could also choose to try and raise $25. And if they raised $25 plus their ticket, then they could get the free t-shirt, and there's different levels and different things that they get. But people were just signing up for the free and not signing up for the registration, so we didn't know how many people were seriously going to come, or how many of those people just thought, well, I'll create a free account and see if anybody pays my way in. So out of the 150 people, I don't know how many people are serious. I know that 50 of them have done it that way, where they've messed up the registration. So Jamie got in there today, and through a number of phone calls back and forth, she finally gave up on me being able to figure it out, and she just put her nose to the grindstone and she figured it out, and she got it fixed. So people registering from this point forward, it should be really, really clear to them how to do it, and then we'll just send out an email to everybody else explaining that they have to pay $5 to come, and then if they want to raise more money, that's fine. So that'll be a lot easier. At least we are confining that problem to 50 people and not having 500 people that didn't understand the instructions at the time of the event. So I'm glad she caught it as early as she did. Straight. I heard that. She said, continue straight, in my ear. I wonder why she didn't tell me to make these turns. Or maybe she did, and I was just chattering so much I couldn't hear it. I don't know, but I'm very excited. You have to be so careful coming through this neighborhood. There are cats everywhere that people just let run loose, and a lot of the times the cats will get into fights with each other and then go running out in the middle of the street. We've caught and neutered and spayed a bunch of them, but haven't caught them all yet. I feel so bad leaving the sanctuary when it's raining like this, and the volunteers are still out there feeding the cats and doing all of the last end of the day stuff that they have to do in the freezing weather sometimes, and the miserable cold rain in the winter. Oh, these are the most wonderful people in the world. I'm so, so blessed to be surrounded by such incredible people. Looks like on the new property, this little flag here will be the corner, and it goes up to the corner of the RV back there, the back corner, and then over there to this little flag right here. And this is where the trailer will sit, so I'm going to lose that beautiful palm tree. That's a shame. Really like that palm tree. And then there's the well. So I was happy to find out that this property had its own well. And then that flag way out there, not this first one here, but the one way out by that leafy green thing, that's where the septic mound will go. Plenty of room for that. This is probably my favorite part of the whole property right here. It's this little fence. This is all that separates us from the trail. So I'm going to put in a big 8-foot wall like we have around the sanctuary, and then put a gate through so that when I ride in on the trail, I can come through right here at the corner. I have to put a gate into our property, and then I'll be on our property without having to go out onto any of the major roads. That's exciting. These pine trees that have been cut back here were because of a fire. Sam, the fellow who's selling us this property, had a mobile home back here and a little shed with a washer and dryer in it. Apparently there was a electrical short that caused a fire, and you can still see the scorching on the pine tree there that's dead. I guess I should come back and cut that down before it falls on our fence. You are being too cute, China doll. Yes, you are. Having a nap? Yeah, having a nap before the 3 p.m. tour. Are you happy to have Shere back with you? Yes. There's my sweet con. I know. How's that Cypress feeling? Yeah, you feel okay? I'm sorry. Yeah. Hope somebody's feeding you with a stick. You will love us. Yeah. That's a good girl. Where are you? There you are. In the little cat bed. That's a good girl. Yeah, she's a beautiful one. You getting lots of treats on the sticks? You gonna learn to love us? Hope you get feeling better. Turned out to be a beautiful day. People comment all the time on how many birds we have here, and the reason is stuff like this. The birds build their nests in the trees that are coming up through the tops of our big cat enclosures. So with the big cat living down here, it protects the nest up there from vermin such as rats and raccoons and possums and others who would steal the birds' eggs. So it's a symbiotic relationship out here. With little bird nests all over the place up in the trees. Usually can't see them because the foliage is so thick that it's the last day of February, so spring buds haven't popped out yet.
It would be more of a hazard than I thought about it. It's a safety thing, but it would be more of a hazard.
Pulling all the knobs off the oven might be the best thing to do during summer camp.
Well, I don't think they ever bothered the one in the party house.
That's true.
But I'm kind of anxious to see what you say and get the interns over there. I think it's a great idea.
Did you guys paint in there today?
Somebody painted.
It's a very nice color. It's very soft.
They painted the cabinet doors and around the utility. But we still are cleaning. And we didn't get done. I mean, I did 2 walls and a water cooler. And my big accomplishment was the dog hair covered desk chair. Matter of fact,
I don't remember seeing a desk chair in there.
yeah, well,
Maybe it was covered in dog hair.
it was just a regular desk chair, but it was in material, which collects dirt and it collects dog hair. You know, I like the leather ones because you can just wipe those off.
Yeah.
So I had my little brush, took the chair outside, got it looking pretty good. Wasn't easy. It took a long time. And then I called her and I said, "Come and get me. I don't think I can breathe."
Oh no. I saw you on the cart.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Are you feeling like you can breathe now?
No. And I was thinking, well, you know, if Sam ever had us move that because he's going to build over there. Okay, now Sam feels running, not going to move, so that's out. Sharon said today, she said, I saw a pretty nice looking mobile home that said $5,000, but you had to move it.
Where was it?
I didn't ask her any further. she said, do you think Carole will be interested in something like that? And I said, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But she said it was like a good sized double wide,
Wow.
which would be better. Or give us more room.
Yeah.
And then put it right there beside it.
Huh.
Not sure I'm sure about it, I did.
Yeah, I'd like to go look at it. What we might could do if we split that lot on South Meadowview is put one of the new ones on and then the used one on the other side.
Sam's, you mean if he moves? Or?
No, the one that we already closed on South Meadowview. Because the trailer that's there, that I don't think there's any saving it.
Yeah, but you need something that's over here.
Well, that's true.
Okay. That's what I need to know. Thank you.
Is that the grate that goes on the bottom of this refrigerator?
Oh, you think it is?
Well, I've never seen one on a stove before, and it is missing one over here.
Oh, okay. She just saw it on Craigslist in Newport Richie and thought it was interesting.
Is there a microwave in the trailer?
Oh, this looks like, yeah, but this looks better than that. See, even though this looks better, it still might not be, it still might not work. This is a 30 and a 30. It's pretty. I can't even find the make on here. The model. I don't even know what the heck it is, but I think it looks much nicer. Did you want to look at it so you can compare it, or you just?
You want to hold the door because it won't stay open. I didn't want you to be in the dark in there. I don't know what the one in the trailer looks like either.
I mean, I think that looks a lot better, and the microwave looks a lot better since we got them.
Yeah.
I don't think that refrigerator needs to be trashed.
I'd much rather get them out of here and in use. Is that a? I said I'd much rather have them out of here and being used.
Yeah.
A dishwasher. I can't imagine why they brought that back. We have one that's actually a whole lot worse than that we are using. Every time I go in there, I think, really? Do we have to have a refrigerator that looks like that? You remember your measurements now?
Yeah, 30 on both of them.
Well, that's convenient.
Well, it's actually 29 and 3/4. Now that I think about it, we can't get over to Honey's from here, can we?
Sure. I can go right through the gate. Must be. It's a beautiful day. You can see why people would want to be out here. That gate seems like the fastest thing ever when you're trying to get through it from a distance, but man, if you're waiting on it to shut, it just takes forever.
Yeah, that takes one over.
That's true. This is just looking so nice. You guys have done such a nice job. Well, the one out there is definitely fancier than this one.
Yeah, for the ropes, we don't know. This is actually a little, it's about a 1/4 inch wider.
Oh, so it'll fit.
Yeah. And
yeah, she must cook as much as I do. There's like nothing in there.
I didn't even look.
You can store books in there.
And I think that white one looks better than this.
It looks like bigger.
Yeah, it's 30. This is 20. And you may have to hang.
Yeah. Not enough room over the oven to hang it.